This call is now.
Good morning, friends. I think you are having a practical examination, OET practical, right? On 15, someone messaged it on a message box.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we'll take it on 16 or 17. Is it okay for you?
Okay, ma'am.
So what we have seen is actually we have started with the error and types of error, significant digit, significant number, and then we have gone for how to find out the round off of a number. And then next method that we have studied is a bisection method. Okay. Why there is need to study these type of a method that I have shown you with the help of example. I think I have given you an example x cube minus x minus 1. So we are not able to find out the root of that polynomial with the help of a usual method which we are using to find out the root of any equation. Okay. So now the first method that we have studied in the last lecture is a bisection method. Okay. Do you remember what I have told you about a bisection method? Whether you remember at least intermediate value theorem?
Yes, ma'am.
Can anyone tell me what is intermediate value theorem?
F of x is continuous function on interval AB, closed interval AB, such that a into f of b less than 0. Then equation f of x is equal has at least one real root or odd number of root in closed interval AB.
What do you understand from this statement? I have shown you 2 to 3 graph now. How the root will exist if one is positive, another is negative. What do you mean by f of a into f of b is less than 0? That means that both are of not the same sign. If both are positive, resultant is positive. If both are negative, resultant is positive. If one of them is negative, other is positive, then only the f of a into f of b will be less than 0. Okay. So with the help of that, somewhere in between negative and positive, we will get the root of our given equation. Okay. That we have seen the bisection method. In the bisection method, I have told you that we have to find out the first interval a naught b naught with the help of intermediate value theorem by trial and error method. And with the help of example also, I have showed you that how to find out the a naught and b naught. After that, what we have done, we have found the x1, which is nothing but a naught plus b naught divided by 2. And similarly, after that, we have to again check a value of f of a naught into f of x1, which may be less than 0 or greater than 0. Depending on that, we have to find out if it is greater than 0, the root lies in the interval x1 to b naught, and if it is less than 0, the root lies in the interval a naught to x1. I think these things we have already studied. Now x2 will be the new interval in which it is a1 b1 a1 plus b1 divided by 2 and so on. Okay. So these are the things we have already studied related to bisection method. Before that, we have seen error and their types, and we have solved the examples also. Okay. Now, if we go to nth iteration for this bisection method, what will happen, right? So, what will be xn plus 1? It will be nothing but an plus bn divided by 2. Okay. Now, what is bn minus an? It is nothing but 1 upon 2 raised to n into b naught minus a naught. Why this is so? Let me go one by one. Um, if suppose you have found x1 is equals to a1 plus b1 divided by 2. So similarly we can have b1 minus a1 is nothing but 1 upon 2 b naught minus a naught. Okay. Why this is so? Because we are bisecting the interval. Na? What do you mean by x1 is equals to a naught plus b naught divided by 2? It means that b1 minus a1 is nothing but 1 by 2 b naught minus a naught. Why we have taken 1 by 2? Because bisected our original interval. Okay. So in this way we have found these things. So that's why now what bn minus an is nothing but 1 upon 2 raised to n b naught minus a naught. In the last lecture I have shown you with the diagram that what is b naught, what is a naught, and how to bisect the interval. Those who don't remember, please go for the last lecture and you can see how the interval is divided, and I have shown with the example also. Okay. So here b1 minus en is nothing but 1 upon 2 raised to n b naught minus a naught. What is a naught and b naught? These are the numbers which we have chosen initially. So what will be bn minus an? This will be bn, which is less equal by an. Correct? Why this is so? Can anyone explain me? Okay, this was our open interval a naught to b naught, no? And after that we have found bisection. Then root may be in this interval or in this interval. Again we have bisected. So it is in this interval or in. So in this way we have performed the n iteration. After performing n iteration, suppose this was our interval chosen. So what will be the condition? This a naught is less equal by this an. Sorry, here it should be an. And here it should be bn. Okay, so this will be less than an. Suppose this is a last interval which we have found. This is an bn, so bn is less equal by b naught. Okay, so in this way we have found the values of those terms in such a way that this an and bn are lies in between a naught and b naught. Have you understood this step? आवाज येते का माझा?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubt for this step? Okay, so an and bn will be inside our original interval. This is what the largest interval, and then after performing nth step, we will get the interval an and bn. So what is the value of error? We have found error at the n plus 1th step is nothing but the exact value minus xn plus 1. So in this way, which is nothing but less than or equal to bn minus an. Why this is so? Is your exact value? We don't know actually what is an exact value. And this is what xn plus 1. Suppose this is the smallest interval which we have found after n iterations. So this is the interval. Suppose here somewhere in between these two, the root will lie. Okay. And this is what a exact number. So there will be obviously some difference between the exact root and the root which we have found after n plus 1th step or nth step. Okay. So which is what? Which is less than or equal to bn minus an, because this bn minus an is an interval in which root lies. And what is this two? These are nothing but the numbers which we are assuming. This xn plus 1 is a root which we have found, and alpha is the exact root. Okay. So which will lie in this interval. So this interval will be greater than your the true value minus the approximate value. So what is the value of this term we have found is now again we can write the value of this is 1 upon 2 raised to n bn minus an. So this is what epsilon n plus 1 is equals to 1 upon 2 raised to n bn minus,
Ma'am, there should be B naught minus A naught, no?
sorry, b naught minus a. Okay, so if I n tends to infinity, what will be the result? 1 upon n tends to infinity. 1 upon infinity will be 0. So epsilon, value of epsilon, sorry, this is less equal now. So epsilon n plus 1 tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. What do you mean by n tends to infinity? That means we are going to increase the number of iterations. Now initially we have performed the only n iteration. Now if I say that if we are going to increase the number of iteration, the error will be reducing to 0. Okay. So this shows that this iterative process converges slowly. That means after as n tends to infinity, this error value of error will tends to 0. Okay. Any doubt with this method?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let us now take the example. Actually, we are not going to perform n tends to infinity types of a step. Whenever you are having this type of example, that means if you want to solve the example bisection method, then at least you have to perform the 5 iteration. Minimum 5 iterations are sufficient. Okay. So you can write the example with me. Perform 5 iterations of bisection method and obtain the root. Perform 5 iterations of bisection method and obtain the smallest positive root. And obtain smallest positive root. Okay. So what is our equation in this example is x cube minus 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. Written the question. So what we have to do? We have to find out the we have to find out the root by using the bisection method. Then we have to perform the 5 iterations. For that, what I told you, first you have to apply the intermediate value theorem. Okay. So what is our equation? X cube minus 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. Try to find out the root of this equation. Obviously, you are not able to find out the root of this equation by usual method. So that's why we are using the bisection method. Okay, what we have to do? We have to find out, say, f of 0. What is the value of f of 0? Let us assume this is your equation f of x. We'll find out the value of a0, b0 by using trial and error method. So this is what 1. So what is the value of f of 1 we can have is 1 minus 5 plus 1, which is nothing but minus 3. Okay. So in this way we got 1 is positive, other is negative. So what will be the resultant? F of 0 into f of 1, which is nothing but it is equal to 1 into minus 3. So which is less than 0. Hence we can say the selected interval will be 0 to 1. Okay. Now we have selected the interval 0 to 1, which we can rename as A0, B0. Okay. Now what is the next step? If you remember, we have to find out the bisection. X1 is equals to A0 plus B0 divided by 2. So what is the value of A0? It is 0, B0 is 1. We get the value, it is 0. Okay, so now we have to find out the value of f of x1, right? Whatever the method we have seen, we have to follow the Same procedure that we have followed in the method. F of x1 is equal to, which means that f of 0.5. So wherever you are having x, you have to put it as 0.5 minus 5 into 0.5 plus 1. So what is the answer for this? Calculate it and tell me.
Ma'am, minus 1.375.
Okay. Whether everyone got the same answer, minus 1.375. You can use a calculator.
Yes.
So what is the next step? Now we have to check the value of f of a naught into f of x1. Check the value and tell me the answer.
Ma'am, that's negative 1.375.
Okay, why? Because f of a naught is positive now. What is the value of f of a naught? It is 1. And this is negative. So resultant is less than 0. If it is less than 0, what I told you, the root lies in the interval a naught to x1 by using intermediate value theorem. Okay. So now we can say the root lies in the intervals a naught to x1. The root lies in the interval a naught to x1. This statement you have to write down. What is the value of a naught is 1. x1 is 0.5. Now, what is the next step? We have to rename the interval. Renaming the interval as a1, b1. Okay, what is the value of a1? We have 1. Another that is value of b1 is 0.5. So if you want to write it on a, or if you want to show it, here it is 0 and 1. Now this whole interval, the big interval is now reduced to half 1, that is 0. So what we can say, the root lies in the interval a naught to x.
Ma'am, A naught is 0.
Oh, sorry, a naught is 0, no? Okay. So the root lies in this interval, the initial interval, or it may possible sometime the root may lie in the next interval. Now in this case, the root lies in the interval 0 to 0.5. Okay. After renaming the interval, again the second step, that is second iteration that will perform is x2 is equal to e1 plus b1 divided by 2, which is equal to 0 plus 0.5 divided by 2. So what is the answer? 0.5 divided by 2, it is nothing but 0.25. So we have calculated the value of a x2. Now let us check what is f of x2. Wherever you are having x2 in your equation f of x, put and tell me the answer. Yes, what is the answer f of x2?
Minus 0.2344.
Correct. So again it is a Now we have to check the next step. What is the next step for checking? F of a1 into f of x2. Okay, and then now here you cannot choose a now because we have renamed the interval. We are in the second step of our iteration. So we have to check f of a1 into f of x2. F of a1 is nothing but your f of a0. Correct? A0 and a1 both are same now. What is the value of a0 is 0. You can, if you are confusing, you can write a0 is 0 and a1 is, sorry, b0 is 1. So a0 is 0 and here we can say it is nothing but equal to 1 into that negative number, so which is again less than 0. So what we can say now, the root lies in the interval 0, 0.5, or we can say the root lies in the interval a0, a1 to x2. Lies in the interval a1 to x2. Now let us rename the interval. You have to write down all the steps. Renaming the interval uh, that is a1 x2 as a2, which is equal to, what is the value of a2? It is same as a0, which is 0. What is the value of x2? We have calculated is 0.25. Okay. Okay, what is the next step now? Sangaka is the next step. After finding a2, b2, what is the next step? The third step, that is x3 is equal to a2 plus b2 divided by 2. What is the value of a2? It is 0. b2 is nothing but 0.25, which is x2 divided by 2. What is the value of the calculated is 0.125. So we have got the value of x3 is 0.125. Now find out the value of f of x3.
Ma'am, f of x3 is 0.3769.
Okay, now it is positive. Now we have to think how to choose a, because f of x3 is nothing but 0.3769. Okay, now we have to check the value of f of a2 into f of x3. Now the interval is now again become the smaller one. Okay. So here what we have seen is now interval is 0 to 0.5. After it is 0.25. After that we have calculated it is 0.125. Now we have to check what will be the next interval. Now if we see what is the value of a2, it is 0. So what is f of 0? It is 1, which is positive. This is also positive. The resultant is not less than 0. No, so both are positive. So the resultant is greater than 0. If resultant is greater than 0, that means the root doesn't lie in the interval a2 to x3. Correct? Why the root doesn't lie in the interval? Both are positive. Now both lies in above the your curve. Sorry, above the origin. So somewhere it is not going to touch your origin. You are not going to get the root. So we can say the root lies in the interval x3 to the next point, that is b2. Okay, so here we have found up to 0 to 0.25. Now what we say, the root lies in the interval the next interval, that is nothing but x raised to b2. X3 is 0.125, b2 is 0.25. So now the root lies in this interval 0.25 to 0.5. This is what the next interval in which the root lies. Okay. Are you getting any problem for solving the example? Okay, now rename the interval x3 b2 is equals to a3 b3, which is equal to 0.25, correct? Sorry, 0.125. x3 is 0.125 to 0.25, that is b2. Okay, now renaming the interval, that will be a3 b3. Okay, now what is the fourth step? That we have to find out the value of x4 is equals to a3 plus b3 divided by 2. a3 is nothing but 0.125 plus 0.25 divided by 2, which is nothing but what is the answer for this? 0.125 plus 0.25 divided by 2. The value of x4 we can have is 0.1875. Are you getting the same value?
Yes, ma'am.
Now calculate f of x4 and then check the value of f of a3 into f of x4 and tell me whether it is less than 0 or greater than 0.
Ma'am, f of x4 is equal and 1. Correct?
आवाज आला नाही. परत एकदा सांगा f of x4.
0.0691.
Okay, 0.0691. Correct, it is positive. Okay, now you have to check f of a3 into f of x4. What is a3? It is nothing but 0.125, which is nothing but f of x3. So both are positive. This one is also positive. This is also positive. What is the resultant? We can say it is greater than 0. Correct? Getting the same thing? Okay, now what is the next interval? The next interval which we can select is the root lies in the interval x4 to b3. So x4 is nothing but 0.1875 and b3 is 0.25. Now let us go back that we have calculated. The interval is now 0.1875 to 0.25. So 0.1825 to 0.25. So the root lies in somewhere in between these two. 0.125, 1875 to 0.25. Okay. Now what is the next step? The next step we can say is x5. That is nothing but the last step. We can say x5 is equal to A4 plus B4. Now, first we'll rename the interval. The A4 and B4 are the X3 and X4 and B3, which is 0.1875 and 0.25. Now, let us calculate the value of f of x5. What is f of x5 we are getting is, it is minus 0.08329. Now, you have to compare all the values of f of x, no, I'm sorry, f of x1, f of x2, f of x3, and f of x4, and tell me from the comparison which one will be the more approximate. F of x1 we have calculated is minus 1.375 minus 0.23, na? Minus 1.375 minus 0.235 x3 0.3769 0.3769 x4 f of x4 is 0.069 and this is 0.089 but with negative number. So out of all this will this or this we can select any one of them, as we are as we are there in the question that you have to perform the 5 iteration. So now we can say that f of x5 that is x5 is equal to, what is the value of x5 we have calculated is a4 plus b4 divided by 2. Let us take the value of x5 is nothing but 0.2187. Okay, now which we can say x5 is equal to 0.2187 is the fifth that is fifth approximation, or we can say from x1, x2, x3 up to x5 we have calculated 5 iteration, and hence we can say this is what a approximate root of our equation. Okay, any doubt for solving these type of example? Okay, solve this example here only and tell me the answer for this. You have to first select the interval in which the root lies and then you have to calculate the answer. Okay, do it fastly and tell me the answer.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Greater than 0 येतं.
greater than 0 येतात का?
Ma'am, 0, 2 is the interval, I think.
Okay, 0 comma 2 you are choosing. I think 1 comma 2 is also okay na. F of 1 is negative. What is the value of f of 1? We can calculate it is 1 minus.
-1.
So instead of choosing 0 to 2, you can select the smaller than 0 to 2, that is 1 to 2 may be the interval.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, those who haven't solved, check value of f of 1 and f of 2, and if one is positive, other is negative, you can choose the interval 1 to 2. Then you can perform the iteration x1 is equal to a1 plus b1 divided by 2. Can you tell me what is the next interval you have chosen?
1 to 1.5.
Correct. What is the answer? After 5 iteration or 6 iteration, at least you have to perform the 5 iteration. I am giving the example so that you can solve here only. No need to left the meeting. Many of you have left the meeting. Initially it is 33, now it is 31. That means at least 2 to 3 papers have left the meeting. माझ्यासाठी सॉल्व नाही करत ना एक्झाम. Solve and tell me the final answer. This was homework for you people, and you have to tell me the answer tomorrow. What is the root of this equation? Approximately x cube minus 2x minus 5. The interval you can choose is, I will give the hint for the interval. Maybe 2 to 3. X cube minus 2x minus 5, and the interval is 2 to 3. And the answer for this example is 1.32. Now you can leave the meeting.